kind of pushing this on a little bit, but the whole ID tags that's being spoken about now in the government, right?
Mm.
My whole fear with it, or like the kind of thing that always gets me is if AI is so advanced and they do something like that, like you can have a crime committed by someone and that guy could just be a regular Joe on the street, but someone's molded his identity using AI, and now to the point where literally everyone's believing that this person's committed that crime, and they say, okay, we'll take your ID tag away and you're no longer a citizen here, blah, blah,
Mm.
blah. And you can't access anything. You can't access money. You can't access food. You can't do nothing. Like, who would be policing and controlling that world? Because I don't, but when you got government um files being hacked, like NHS systems getting hacked and crashing and all this kind of stuff. All this information, I don't trust with with
One single
whoever's in
card.
power
Yeah.
ruling the country at the time to
Mm.
say, okay, you can have all my access to everything in life,
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
and
know what I?
AI could bring that down for me.
Do you know what I thought about with that ID thing? And when I was listening to it, I was like, "Right, this sounds familiar. I swear I saw a film with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone, wasn't it called
Or
Demolition Man?
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. I swear
Yeah.
they had some kind of ID and they had like an underworld.
Yeah.
People who
Yeah.
live in
Yeah.
underworld because they couldn't live within society because they couldn't be members of society anymore. I thought that was kind of the
They
gist
built
of
a
the film.
world over the other world in
Yeah.
that film. Yeah. Yeah.
And with the ID thing, that's what it kind of sounds like to me because the way you said it, if you ain't got an ID, you ain't getting
You're
no
not gonna
work, bro.
eat.
You're
That's
not
what I
gonna
heard.
eat, which sounds
I
crazy.
didn't even
And
hear
if
you're not
you
gonna
can't
work. What
eat,
I heard was you're not gonna eat. 'Cause- and that's what happens in Demolition Man. They're eating rats. Remember they had to eat rat burgers
exactly, bro.
underground while everyone else is eating Taco Bell at the top. Like it was that's what it was, bro. It was a madness, bro. That's what I heard. When he said you ain't gonna work, I heard you ain't gonna eat. And I was like, wait, what did he just say? I ain't gonna eat. That's madness.
Hmm.
So, but then this is the thing, right? So my first reaction was outrage. Like I was like fuming when I heard this. And then I started thinking though, like, how much of that can they not already do? Like, if they really want to shut off my bank cards, they can shut off my bank cards tomorrow. They can create havoc in my life where I can't draw out my money, I can't get no money out, I can't do anything rare. I can't access any public services. A lot of that stuff already they can do if
Because they
need be.
conditioned it towards us already.
This is what I'm saying. So having it all on one card, yeah, it feels way more unsafe because you feel like it's been centralized now onto one card. But in terms of the lack of privacy and the access that they have to my data, a lot of that is already there. They've
Your
got,
mobile phone is basically your ID card.
yeah, pretty much. If they get into your phone, which they can access all of that information already. You know, majority of people in the world do all their banking through their phones. They pay for things with their phone. You're traveling, you might use GPS on your phone. Like, there's not much already. And I think even Elon Musk said this years ago that he was like, you're just essentially tethered to that thing already. Like, you're holding on to it. Once they create a situation where you just have that in your brain, then you're no longer tethered to it. We've created a situation where now you're just holding on to the thing. You're holding on to it. But at some point, you won't have to actually hold on to it anymore. It will
Mm,
just be in you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's
yeah.
what I mean. That's what one of these companies is actually working on. They've been working on that for years. But
Totally.
this ID thing, yeah, going
going
back
back
to
to
the
the
ID thing, yeah,
ID.
go on, Sheik. I mean,
Yeah, so my take on it is that the idea of it has been put into social conscious long time ago.
mm,
Totally.
Remember when they were talking about ID cards?
mm,
They should have an ID card.
mhm,
Uh, and then you had the two arguments. Oh, well, if you've got nothing to hide, why wouldn't you have one?
mm.
Yeah. Now, the next step is
But the
as you
answer to
said,
that is, I've got some shit to hide.
yeah, but you don't have to admit that. No one wants to admit that. Right.
No, but that is
So
the counter
Wait a
argument
minute.
to that
Did
question.
everyone's got shit to hide, man.
Exactly. You
Come
should. You
on.
should.
Yeah, but
Right.
listen to this before you go into
So
that. Do you remember going into school? You used to have a register system, and then they stopped that and they gave you a card and you had to swipe.
Oh, the swipe system in our
The
school.
swipe
Yeah,
Swipe
system,
system
yeah.
in our school. I don't know if they had that in any other school,
They
but
didn't
that
have it
was
in
my.
Sheg's day. When
Nah.
Sheg was at the
They
school,
had
that
that.
wasn't
Yeah,
there.
that was my introduction to that.
You're called old boy Leon, but you should be called young boy Leon. Right? Because they didn't have that shit in my school when I left school, bro. Yeah, I should be called old boy Shake.
Yeah.
Right.
They introduced the swipe system. Yeah.
Where was I? ID cards. Right. So now this upgrade is just a change of one word. Instead of ID card, digital ID. Yeah. Now, I think that this whole thing is moving towards making it easier so that we can have a social scoring system in this country, because they've already got that in China. You know what the social scoring system is? If you do a misdemeanor or something, blah blah blah, you can't do certain things.
You can't go. Yeah.
You're restricted.
Right. So basically, it's just another way of control, I think, to control the masses in an easier way, and also to if you don't agree with the narrative, whatever the narrative is, then you can instantly be punished through this social scoring system, and they'll push it like we're doing it for you whenever the government done something for you.
I know.
But that's the thing, is like with like what you're saying, yeah, you're tracked by your phone, you're tracked by all your devices and all the stuff you have, your banking app and blah blah blah. But at the moment, you have the option to
not use the phone.
Definitely.
to not use it, or go with a different bank if that bank subscribes to opt in to whatever. But to have all that information in one central location,
you're not cool with that.
That only spells trouble, bro. Like if I said, okay, now I'm gonna collect all the data of every kid in a such and such radius, and I'm gonna hold this, me one. I know there's gonna be so many people who be like, well,
like you said,
what makes you qualified to hold that information?
Like you said, Rory, about just last week, these nutters are hacked nursery schools and all of that. Like the week before, they hacked the Heathrow Airport.
It came to a standstill.
Right. So what makes you think they're not going to hack this?
Exactly.
Yeah?
And we all know
if I was a hacker, come on, if I was a hacker, that would be my priority number one. Yeah, I'm going to be the first to hack.
And we know the government chooses the weakest ass systems that they can do. This thing would just be on some old laptop sitting in a room. They don't give a damn about
talking about the system, whatever system they're going to use, there's a company that they're going to have to buy this system from.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Now, guess who owns the company that they're already going to set up to do this with?
Who owns it? Go on. I mean, is this a real thing? You're saying now?
Yeah, this is a real thing that I heard. I heard this on. I did a bit of research and I heard this on the internet, so it might not be true. It could have been AI, but it was Mr. Tony Blair's son.
I thought you was going to say Mr. Blobby then for some reason. I thought this was a joke. No. The way you went to say Mr. Son.
I was going to say Mr. Blair. I was going to say Mr. Blair, Mr. Blair's son.
I thought he was taking a piss.
Just in case you didn't know,
Tony Blair's
son. Who they're about to make the ambassador of like the Middle East or something.
Tony Blair.
They want him to be like
one of them.
That's a joke. That's an inside joke because he's a war criminal.
He's a peace man. Look at Iraq, man.
Apparently.
War of
taking the piss, man.
Weapons of mass destruction, lying blood. Anyway.
No, but what I was going to say though, the coincidence that how they're talking about how this is going to stop immigration. It ain't going to stop immigration for one, because like I said to you before, the guy who's delivering my food is not the woman on my phone who says they're delivering it. So that ain't going to change at all. That guy's still going to be coming to my house, still going to be delivering my food, still getting paid every week and whatever. But also, it kind of shows you now why they've been letting the boats hit the shores, because obviously they needed to get to a point where you now want to, you want to usher this in because you're like, oh, we've created this massive, massive problem that people are like, we hate these people coming in. We hate these people coming in. And then he delivers this speech saying, well, we can solve this problem for you, but you got to get this digital ID card. Like, it's like, well, hold on a minute. That doesn't even solve the problem at all. But the fact
No,
that you're
but
even saying that to me makes it sound too suspicious for me.
But
no, bro. Do you know what it
majority of
sounds
people
like?
are against it. Majority of people are against it. They got a
Of
petition
course
out
they
and
are.
people are
Do
against
you know
it, bro.
why? Do you know why? Listen, bruv, listen. Do you know why he said that? Thinking that you lot are idiots and you're just going to say, yeah, because of 2020, 2019, 2020, COVID, yeah, that was a test.
Yeah.
To see how dumb and gullible people would do and what people would do and what people would take. Stay in your yard. They all stayed in their yard. Put on that mask. They all put on that mask. Go and jab and jab and go and get your key. Jab and jab. And they all went and jab and jab. So they thought, this lot are fucking idiots, mate. So yeah, I don't blame him for coming now and saying, yeah, we'll stop all the immigrants because we'll get ID card digital. Yeah. There's many people that will go and rush and queue up to do that. And do you know what he said? He said one very important word before he said digital ID card. He said, and this is where he's taking a piss. He said, free.
Free digital ID card.
Like he's doing you a fucking favor, blood. Yeah, it's free. We'll pay for it for you to get the digital ID card because you're a mug. Yeah, because you are a mug. Yeah, go on. If you